We are finally going into the finals of Craft Cup number 42 between roxkisSlivko and NrSClavie. I actually think this is going to be a short series. What do you think?
Do you think? I don't know. Slivko played some pretty long PVZs just before against can't remember his name now, but in the semi-finals they were 25-minute long PVZs. So I'm not sure. I think it depends on how Clave wants to play it because I've not really seen Clave play a macro game as well as Slivko looks as if he's comfortable doing both.
Mm-hmm. So apparently, from what I just found out, it is a best of five, and I think I just turned my screen back to the actual game, so sort of on top of it. Let's introduce the players really quick right now. We got the purple Protoss, NrSClavie. His opponent across the pond. Well, not across the pond, but across the land map. The Russian Zerg player from Team roxkisSlivko. So definitely interesting. ZVP finals. Anything I've seen right now from NrSClavie has been very cheesy in a sense, except that one game we're kind of watching with a endorsement against a Terran. Right now we see the pylon down at the bottom, so that definitely indicates, well, at least to my logic, indicates an expansion. Probably Forge Fast expands once we actually see it. And my assumption would probably be NrSClavie is going to go into a two-base all-in push. We'll just have to see. It's going to be a huge ball of units of Colossus and Immortals and Stalkers and Zealots. And I think it's just going to be a two-base push, to be honest. Meanwhile, on the Slivko thing aside, he's going to be fine. He's going to macro up well. He's going to be, I think, about 3 to 4 bases. Standard style, probably 3 to more. He's actually fairly reluctant to always get that 4th base for a while. But either way, I think he's just going to get marched over by a two-base push from the Protoss. NrSClavie has been really strong on doing that before. But other than that, I mean, we see spawning pool going down, natural just taken. Clave wasn't able to deny that at all. And there's the Forge. And this is the most questionable part in the world. I mean, he did scout it fairly well, but Nexus before Forge, like at that point you're asking for so much trouble you have no idea. Like even then, you could get pulled so hard. It's drives me nuts when I see Nexus before Forge. Leaves yourself very vulnerable and very fortunate if you survive anything coming from Lings or anything else. So looking at things right now, first Lings just do pop out. Doubt they're going to do any damage. Cannon is already getting built and it will be done before anything could get done. Potentially maybe at least one of the Lings could, or a couple could run by and do a little bit of scouting damage, or at least scouting in general. But I think that's about it, right?
Yeah. Don't really think he's going to go for a major run by or anything like that.
Сейчас, как вы смотрите, здравствуйте, мои русские зрители. Сейчас мы видим наш сиреневый Протосс, NrSClavie на левой нижней части это карту. Его соперник от команды Roxys это Сливко, почти как Сливко, Сливко. Сейчас мы смотрим, его натуральная база только сейчас закончится, пул чуть попозже тоже начал. Значит, он планирует макро, он верит, что Forge Fast Expand это пользуется Clave, он, значит, берет его третью базу, это очень-очень умно. Это, ребята, кто играет из Зерка, учите от вот этого. Это он не самый лучший игрок в мире. Это, ну, очень умно. Когда видишь Forge Fast Expand от Protoss, бери твою третью базу. У тебя есть будет время для дронов и для время это твою армию строить, для время твою экономию строить. Очень хорошо получается так. And this is actually очень интересно сейчас это... Look at that midway through. Went Russian to English halfway. Очень интересно, как вот этот зал проходит сейчас. Это база сзади третьего. Очень-очень интересно. So this is kind of interesting watching that third zealot right there. The zealot at the third, kind of interesting. And it's in a really good position. Look at that, great placement by him, right in that choke. And those poor zealots cannot get a clean hit on it. And the poor AI of the Lings just can't get a good shot on him. Zealot will get clear, but after it becomes a, how many kills will it get, man? Oh, 4 kills. That's
4. So paid for itself. Plus it's scouted.
Yep, cost effective zealot. Ooh, Stargate totally missed it. Looking at it, yep, double gas going down. There's one. Is there a double Stargate? No, it's just one at the moment.
Just one.
Shame. Usually you could be able to pull off the double Stargate. There is an Overlord here on the back for Slivko at the moment, and he sees one gas forming at the natural base. So at that point, it should be, I don't know if it's a dead giveaway, but it should raise caution flags to no means end. I'm going to see right now, looking at the base of Slivko, I don't see any evolution chambers at the moment. Oh, now just going down.
Great time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be really close, but the fact that it's only one Stargate, there's not a lot of damage that could actually really be done.
Yeah, and all he's doing is making phoenixes. So the minute that you plant the spore crawler, you can't pick the spore crawler up.
So looking at things, guys, we got the Ling holding up the Xel'Naga Tower. So at least right now, Slivko does have fairly good map control at the moment. He's going to run up probably a couple Lings just to see kind of what's going on. And sacrifice those Lings. They don't cost much. Oh wow, don't get greedy with it. Could have just ran both of those little Lings up as far as possible. Would have been able to scout that Stargate up, but still doesn't see it though. Clave just being confident, gonna walk them right through the middle of the map, in between the two Xel'Naga towers. Just saying, what's up, guys? I'm here. The good news for him right now for Clave, he's actually just got a little bit of time at least before the Spore Crawlers do finish up. He's gonna be able to pick off this Queen right now. It's gonna be really nice for him. Also, probably gonna be able to kind of tack on a couple
Yeah.
Overlords. And oh man, that's rough when you don't have a lot of Phoenixes. Graviton beaming. Oh my god, terrible. Quit microing into that Spore Crawler. Loses an Overlord, but that was a little bit too much. That was too much effort. Right now, looking at the front, though, of the other bases, he's fairly good. We do see Spore Crawler there. We see Spore Crawler at the main and the natural front and back, so he's safe overall. Getting a Hydralisk down, so he's going to, once those Evo chambers do get, I mean, not the Evo chambers, once the Queens get picked off, I'll be just fine. And this is really interesting and very risky micro at the moment. Able to pick off another Queen, so huge props to Clay for being able to micro that properly and not lose a couple Phoenixes.
Phoenix with 1 HP.
Hero. To tell the story. Got injured in battle. The hero Phoenix. No surprise he actually hasn't taken out these links off the Xel'Naga towers or letting them see whatever. There we go. Thanks, Clave. Thanks, Clave. I know you're listening right now. Finally takes those out of the way. Сейчас, ребята, мы смотрим очень хороший контроль от Клейв. Сейчас своего Феникса мы видели, эту первую королеву здесь на третью базу убил. Потом отличный контроль от него. Отличный контроль вот здесь, это в натуральную базу. Это перед Споркроллером он убил вот эту вторую королеву, мог обменять. И вот сейчас интересно, мы видим это, он все бесконечно пробует харас пользоваться, убивать что он может. Ну, будет очень трудно, когда споры кроллера это впереди и сзади базу. У него пока внутри базы много не делается, у него заканчивается 6, 7 гейтов, это во всему, у него уже 3 мортала выходит, это есть, 4 выходит, и в центре тоже есть на карту. Значит, как я думал, я сказал в начале игры, наверное, Клей пойдет на двухбазу all-in. Так можно сказать, или огромной агрессией будет пользоваться, и вот он что прямо будет делать. Right now, just kind of not too much going on. Pretty much it looks like Clave is setting up for that 2-base all-in with the Immortals popping out at the back. There's 4 of them, and the 5th one on the way.
I'm surprised he hasn't just thrown down a Robo Bay just to get a few colossus with the Hydralisk coming out. They just melt Colossus.
Look at the whole vision tab right now of Slivko. He actually sees everything going on. He sees that there's a robotics base, sees that there's a Stargate, sees the total amount of gates. He sacrificed 3 overlords for the good of Zergkind, and found out not too much. He just found out buildings wise. He actually was looking at the vision tab. He could not see the Immortals, unfortunately, so I don't know if how ready he's going to be for that.
9 Corruptors.
Ooh, man, that's going to be amazing. And the Corruptors, even if eventually you transition to them into Broodlords, the main importance of them right now is the fact that they could just absolutely rip apart Phoenixes. Phoenixes pretty much just tickle Corruptors, and yeah.
It's like the Sentry, the tickle monster.
Sentry. Yeah. Looking at it right now, guys. Back over into the other base. Spire is there. Hive is not done. That's the only problem. Hive is not done yet, so we're gonna have to wait on that for a little while. Meanwhile, we'd have Corruptors in a chase right now, and looks like Clave kind of giving up on the Phoenixes. Kind of had, I think, one of them picked off at the moment, and try to just pick off a couple more drones. Now, what I'm liking right here, this is high IQ play from. This is you see only from the top players, and usually pretty much from the top players. I'm gonna almost be guarantee that. Spreading the overlords across the map, starting to kind of kill the opportunity of taking other bases. I'm surprised he hasn't
Yeah.
actually moved an overlord maybe somewhere over here towards the top of the third and just try to put creep. Even if your overlord does get picked off, it is fine. You put creep there. It takes time for it to actually to dissipate and to disappear. So definitely, I like that he's taken at least a couple of the bases away. Overall, he's just in an amazing position. More corruptors on their way. I'm actually totally surprised that there's no hive tech yet on the way, because you could just make so many broodlords just off of those numbers. And it's kind of pretty funny watching all the spine crawlers getting built in the middle of the map.
I think he might have just overmade Corruptors because a few were good just to kill off the Phoenixes, but I think that he's anticipating a lot of Colossus, and he's just not even a Robo Bang. So.
And that's the rough thing when I said he just saw the Robobay, he didn't see what unit composition was out, he just didn't see the Immortals. That might have been the big problem for him. Either way, we do have a nice little engagement coming up probably right here. Trying to catch a Protoss army is going to be great in the choke, and we do get the Spine Crawlers involved too, that's going to be great. Though at the moment, ground force wise, Clave is just in an amazing position right now. He's going to be able to clear everything. Immortals are barely escaped right now at the moment. We're looking at the total. He's got 7 Immortals just ripping through everything. And
Clave has +2 attack as well, compared to Slivko's +1.
And pretty much exactly what happened. Clave went on a 2-base all-in, very strong. Just unfortunate for Slivko. He misprepared with a little bit too many corruptors. Either way you look at it, and I'm surprised he never went to Hive Tech, which was just fairly questionable. He could have got at least Broodlords out with the amount of corruptors he had. And here we go. We got.
Yeah, just imagine if all those Corruptors had been Hydras or something like that. Might not have changed it massively, but you might have been able to have reinforced and then stopped it.
Ну вот сейчас это почти конца первого игра, хорошо сыграл это Клейв. Как я сказал, от 2 баз будет all-in пользоваться, и просто мы видели это. Сливко не видел, что выходит от этих Робоби или Колосс или Мортал, и он просто переделал Коррупторы, и потом потерял из-за этого, у него не было земляной защиты. Не надо ему было это Клейва волноваться про его Колоссы.